So before I was doing social media, I had a full-time job. I had a really good job, actually. So basically what I did was I was a fertilizer technician, and we did lawn treatment, weed treatment, pesticide treatments and stuff like that. We basically just took lawns and made them look a lot nicer. We weren't landscapers, but we just treated the lawns. So this was like a 60-70 hour a week job. We were working a ton of hours every week. We were a small company, but at this point in my life, I really started to take jobs seriously as a career because I felt like I was getting older. I was only 25 at the time. I'm 27 now. And at this point, I had pretty much threw in the towel with social media. And I just decided to take this job seriously and just take my life seriously. I felt like I just wanted to settle down. And I kind of honestly, to be completely honest with you guys, I mentally gave up. I was still bodybuilding. I was still working out, but wasn't as hardcore into it. And I just didn't take it as seriously. So lo and behold, I'm working this job and I'm working my way up and I'm getting promoted, right? So I actually really like this job. I'm showing up every day with a positive attitude. I'm getting the work done and I'm slowly working my way up in the company. So I kind of like it. The pay is decent. The benefits are good. I'm like, I could probably stay here for a while, right? Flash forward 2 years, I'm still working this job. I started to feel some serious resistance. The only way I can really explain it is it felt like everything just became extremely heavy. And I started to hate my job. I started to hate the lifestyle I was living. I basically started to hate everything about my life and myself, right? And I kind of just got fed up. And I realized I needed to do something. Like I needed to just leave. Like I couldn't continue living the way I was living, chugging down energy drinks, not eating as much, barely going to the gym, barely having any time to do the things that I wanted. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do something about this. And it got to a point where I had hit rock bottom, guys. And the truth is, a lot of people will get to that point where they'll hit a point where they're like, I can't fucking do this anymore. So I just left. I wish I could say that I planned out this great escape and blah, 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 but I literally just left. Now keep in mind, I just bought a new car. I just signed a lease to a new apartment, a nice apartment. And I'm thinking, fuck, how the fuck am I going to pay my bills? Then I start immediately regretting it. I'm like, why did I leave this job? Right? I beat myself up for like a few weeks. I end up doing Lyft and Uber, as a side income. And I'm also doing coaching on the side. I've been doing coaching on the side for 9 years, but had never been a full-time gig, truly because I just didn't think that I would be able to sustain myself on coaching, right? But this is before I had a big following and I started making valuable content to actually help people. So basically, after I had this good job with good benefits, decent pay, and I was steady and I was paying all my bills, I go from that to job hopping again at age 25. I'm literally job hopping around town. I'm basically just trying to figure my way out. So I started to think, I'll just go to a supplement shop or a gym. I ended up getting an interview at a supplement shop. It wasn't GNC, it was the other one. I won't say any names, but I end up talking to this manager and I say, hey, are you guys looking for help? Because I have a lot of experience with supplements. I know the labels front to back. I really feel like I could, I basically just told him I really feel like I could be a valuable member of the team. He really liked me. We sat for an interview. He really wanted to hire me. And then I had to go through the second interview. Keep in mind, this is a part-time fucking position at a supplement shop. So then I had to go to a second interview with this regional manager, right? His name was Tim. Yeah, I just said his name. Tim, if you're watching this, fuck you. Anyway, so Tim sat me down, and the entire interview, Tim decided that instead of him being in a good mood, he was in a rude and condescending mood the entire interview. Now, keep in mind, I'm a respectful person. I'm keeping my cool the entire time. But at the same time, I do know my shit when it comes to supplements and when it comes to sales. And this is not a dude that's in shape. He has a beer gut. He's the regional manager of a supplement store. I was just like, in my opinion, I just think something didn't align there. Anyway, so towards the end of the interview, I go, well, he asked if I have any questions. I said, yeah, I did have one pretty important question. I go, how much does the starting pay? And he goes, I'm not sure. I have to look into it. And I just sit there speechless. I'm like, you have to look into it? I go, this is kind of the whole thing. This is the second interview I'm in. This is a part-time. I can't imagine you're paying me the big bucks, but I kind of want to know what I'm going to be starting off. He said, oh, we'll let you know. We'll get back to you. I said, and I'm like, all right, well, even if I do get this part-time job, I'm like, it's just going to be a part-time gig and I can leave anytime I want. And I already do Lyft, full time. And I'm telling this guy, which I was already making $20 an hour doing Lyft and Uber in Philly. 3 days goes by, I don't hear back from him. 5 days goes by, I don't hear back from him. 10 days goes by, I end up finally hearing from the manager. He goes, hey man, turns out we don't need the help after all. The guy that we thought was leaving isn't leaving. I knew it was total bullshit. Now, guys, keep in mind, I had these tattoos on my face. I had tattoos on my neck. But the truth is that really lit a fucking fire under my ass. Now, even still after that happened, after I was rejected from that job, I was still job hopping around town. I ended up going to my local gym, my personal training manager, and I said, hey, I can train people. I have 9 years of experience coaching people. I was like, I can take any of these clients and get them in shape, right? Still, I felt like there was a level of him not taking me seriously. Maybe it was because of my tattoos. I really was serious and I was intense. I was always an intense guy. I always really thought like ahead of time. I thought big picture. Even if it's a $10 an hour job, I was always thinking big picture and how I can actually create value for a company that I'm going to work for. You get what I'm saying? Now, I guess this guy, and like I said, the other manager just didn't understand the point. Like, I really was trying to pay my fucking bills. I felt like they never took me seriously. I already have a fire lit under my ass. Then a few days later, I did this gym to try to get hired on as a personal trainer. And then I don't hear back from him for 10 days. So within that 10-day period, that's when I really started to take my business seriously. I started to sign up clients left and right. I said, fuck this. I'm going to help as many people as I possibly can get in shape. And I know that I can do this. He ends up texting me and he goes, hey, I got some clients that you can train at 6 a.m. and blah, blah. I go, hey, I'm already training clients at my private gym, which wasn't even my private gym. I was just training clients out of my apartment gym. And then I had started signing up clients online too. At that point, I was like, already helping so much people. If I go to any other job, I'm literally going to take away time from social media and being able to help my clients. I was like, so why would I do that? And at that point, I started to go full time with social media. I stopped doing Lyft and Uber and I just put it all in on social media. And guys, that was about 2 years ago. The reason that I was able to do that is because I had been preparing myself for years, nearly a decade, to make this launch, to do this business, if I had just believed in myself sooner. You see, I wasn't my biggest cheerleader. Other people believed in me more than I believed in myself, and I couldn't make shit happen for myself. But when I had that fire lit under my ass, when I had so many doors slammed in my fucking face, when I just couldn't fucking take it anymore, when you can't take it anymore, you'll get to that point and you'll realize, I'm fucking done. You'll put your foot down. You'll be so fucking sick of the way that you lived before, the way that you retreated before, the way that you thought about the world before, the results that you didn't fucking get before. This entire time, the door was open. The door was open to be able to do my own thing, do my online coaching full-time, do social media full-time. The door had been open. I had chosen not to open it. You have to be your own biggest cheerleader. You have to be the person that's pushing you along these hard times. You have to really connect with who you are on the inside, because there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, guys, but you have to know who the fuck you are. You have to know what you really want out of this life, guys. This life, it's about progression. Do you get what I'm saying? During that time where I was job hopping, where I felt like I had a good career and then I squandered it for basically just a risk. I felt like I took a big risk and I failed. 2 years later, guys, let's just say I'm doing very well at this point in my life. This is doing something I love, helping people every day. You should hear some of the conversations I have with my clients. Helping people every day get a better physique, improve their mindset, holding them accountable to their training and their nutrition. Something that I've done for years, something that I've trialed and errored for years. This is what I love to do. Don't you get it? I'm doing what I love to do on a regular basis simply because I fucking chose to. Guys, the door is fucking open. The door is open. You just have to walk through it, guys. Don't think that every door has been shut on your face. Even if you have had doors shut in your face, fuck it, bro. There's always doors that are still open. And guess what? Even the doors that aren't open, even the doors that are locked shut, sometimes we just have to break those motherfuckers down. And that's the truth. That's just the way it is, man. Sometimes you gotta show up and you gotta not give a fuck. Do what the fuck you have to do. Guys, I really appreciate you listening to this story. If you got some value from this, give this video a like. Comment below some more videos that you guys want to see. I really appreciate the support so far. Keep fucking killing it. No victim.